Good evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's video we are talking about the roadmap or the processes of which one has to undergo or undertake to become a US licensed international RN and practice in the United States. So whether you're schooled in Canada, whether you're schooled in Africa, whether you're schooled in Philippines, if you really want to practice in the United States, there are some processes you have to undergo to be licensed, to get a work permit and all that good stuff. So please watch this video to the end to know what the roadmap will be like for you. This is regardless whether you are self-sponsored, like you've decided you're going to do this by your own, or you are going to get an agency in the early stages of the process. So if you're liking this content, please subscribe, like, comment, and tell your friend to subscribe. The first step in the roadmap is meeting the basic requirements. I have a video, I'll leave a link up here for you to go through and know what are the basic requirements needed for you to become a US international RN. So that is the first step, have the basic requirements. Once you have the basic requirements, the second step is you identifying the board of nursing that you want to be registered or that you want to be licensed to. We have 50 states, which means we have 50 boards. So identify, once, let's say you take Texas or you take New Mexico, you want to go to their nursing board website and then you want to identify what are the requirements they want from you for you to be licensed with them. Once you have these requirements and you know you meet these requirements, the next step is, which is the third step, to have your credential evaluated. So every nursing body every nursing board will want your credential to be evaluated. Your credential must be evaluated because they want to make sure your nursing standard education meets the nursing American standard education. Whether you are a nurse from Canada, a nurse from Asia, a nurse from Africa, your credential must be evaluated to make sure you meet the standard of American nursing education. These credential evaluations are not done by the board. The board, through the requirements, they will indicate which institutions or which organizations you can use to have your credentials evaluated. Some of the most common one is CGFNS, that is used almost by everyone. We have Joseph Sinley among many others. So just go through the nursing board website, they let you know. Once you have your credential evaluated, the credential evaluation report will be sent to your nursing board and then you'll have to meet all the requirements that were initially stated. After you meet them, you want to register for Nclex. Nclex is an exam done by all nurses in the United States to make sure that they can safely practice. It's just to license you. It's just to assess you and make sure you can practice safely. You are a critical thinker, and when they throw you out there to the patients, because it's human lives you're dealing with, they have the right person doing the job. So Nclex, you will register through an organization called Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE will give you something called Authority to Test, or ATT. You will schedule your exam and you will go and do your exam. You can take your exam in the United States. If you're here, you can take your exam elsewhere. I took my exam in India, Mumbai, because I'm from Kenya, and in Kenya we don't have an Nclex examination center. Right now we are so lucky, the closest examination center we have is South Africa. So once you go do your Nclex, when you pass your Nclex, you go to the next stage, and congratulations for passing your Nclex. When you don't pass your Nclex, please, it's not the end of it. Just go back home, relax, collect yourself, reflect, read, and regroup and go back into the exam. Nclex exam, people do it as many times as they can until they pass. I've I've been in nursing Nclex group where somebody say they've done the exam 4 times, they never pass, 5th time they never pass. The goal is to do it the first time and pass. But what I'm trying to say, even if you don't pass, there's always a second, third, 4th chance to do it and pass it. So once you pass your Nclex exam and you have it, the next step will be doing your English exam. The English exam that I did was the IELTS. Most people do IELTS. You can do the other one. It's called the TOEFL. But I did the IELTS. So you have to prepare for your IELTS. I tell people, like, you know, English is not our first language. Especially in Africa, English is not our first language. Yes, with school, we learn English, we do our exam in English, but when you're thrown to the field to work, we have 42 languages in Kenya. And you find yourself in a type of a situation where they don't even primarily speak English. So we don't speak English on a daily basis. So make sure you prepare for your English exam. Read your English exam, know how IELTS is structured, know what is being questioned, and how to answer it. I tell people there's always a lot of free information. Go to YouTube, go to Google, read information, scan information, and pick what works best for you. Once you pass your Nclex, you want to get a visa screen. Every international or foreign educated nurse must have a visa screen. A visa screen is issued by CDFNS, and visa screen is just to certify that you know your education is up to par and you can now practice as a nurse in the United States of America. So once you have all these documents, now you start another journey. It's called the visa processing journey. So here is where, whether you're self-sponsored, you have to look for an employer. So employer means you have to look for a nursing agency or go direct hire. That is an hospital directly hiring you and then sponsoring your visa process. I hope I made that clear. This is another journey on its own. This is out of your control. This is controlled by the US embassies and the USCIS. Like, that is out of your control, out of your agency control. The only thing you can do is present your papers and make sure everything they ask for is given on time. Once you go through your visa journey, where the USIU will evaluate your papers, make sure you know the job is there for you, that when you migrate you will be safe and you won't be a burden and all that good stuff they're looking for. Then you will get something called visa interview or visa letter. You'll go for your visa interview. You'll do your interview and then you'll get your visa. Once you get your visa, you can travel anytime within 6 months of that visa being issued before it expires. So you'll pack your bag and come home. In a nutshell, that is how the roadmap to coming to the US as a foreign educated nurse look like. Very simple. There are 10-11 steps. 1, have basic requirements. 2, identify the board of nursing. 3, go through credential evaluation. 4, do your Nclex exam. 5, do your IELTS exam and pass. 6, have your visa screen. 7, go through your visa processing or visa journey. And finally, come and relocate to the United States of America. So easy. But again, I'll emphasize on this. This journey varies from person to person. It can take as little as 18 months or as more as 4-5 years. So it depends. I've had friends or nurses, especially from India, tell me they've been doing this for 10 years. I'm like, Jesus, give me this patience, because I don't think I have that patience. But it depends with what you want. It depends with how bad you want something. And so again, the process will vary from person to person. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Don't put your life on hold for this. As you do this, continue with your life, continue with your investments, continue having fun, live as the days by. Don't put your life on hold for this process. If you're liking this video, please thumbs up, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.